My baptism, this wasn't just a naming ceremony. Born stained with the world's evil, I was plunged into bleach, metaphorically speaking, in an attempt to purge my demonic soul. The moment I was exorcised from this wet grave, I was reborn into a cult, controlled by rules, imprisoned by a self-proclaimed man of God, the universal leader. What went on behind closed doors was simply inhumane and utterly cruel. Growing up, from the day I was born, unless essential, I cried constantly, never doing as I was told, even setting off the emergency school alarm at the swimming baths, which went straight to an ambulance. I was just naughty. I remember going on a faraway journey to Ireland, Belfast. It was a preaching trip. My dad was at another arm of this cult, and we were stopped at a roadblock by the army because of the fear of the IRA. And all I wanted to do was to play bang bang, was to see the soldier shoot his gun, or his eyes move side to side like my Action Man. I was hyperactive, fidgeting, always making silly faces during important sermons, trying to distract my dad. Sometimes, on secret days out, I got to see the real world. Horrors through cult eyes, amidst the burning cars and burnt out ruins of Toxteth in the 1980s. Yet a kid and brainwashed, I had to ask, was this the end of the world? Was this the rapture? Was this what the universal leader was always scaremongering and telling us about? The rules that control me and a few forbidden glimpses. My dad was quite charismatic and he lived on the edge of the rules. And every Saturday the backfield came alive with the local football league, and from our bedroom window, Dad and I, we'd watch the match. Quarrybank Old Boys in secret. When the team moved pitches, we risked going outside. Flops, we called him. His name was Phil Hobbs, and you say it fast, it sounds like Flobbs, Flops. He was the cult leader. He was a neighbour and could spot us any moment, which made it a little bit more exciting. Dad knew some of the players. To me, they were stars. Sometimes we'd follow them to the club, basically a pub, the ultimate sin. With nothing to do, I would often become a menace. I'd sneak into Nana's room and steal from her red purse for the tuck shop at school, and then claim
I'd never seen that purse before.
I'd lie, and then Dad would threaten the naughty boys home, the institute, until I finally confessed, just to stop the fake call in my mind becoming real. My Nana's Viewmaster was my only window into the world. Still pictures that moved round every time I clicked the button. I would watch scenes from Alibaba, the Queen's coronation, and wondering if this was real, and in actual fact, was there a world beyond the cult? Sent to hell was the risk and the threat that hung over everybody in that cult if we disobeyed the universal leader. But Dad, living on the edge, who also held a ceremonial title, had a secret passion. He had a secret television that nobody would know about, and he would watch it. He loved football, but football would seal his fate. At Christmas, another forbidden cult activity. We kept a tiny Christmas tree hidden in our bedroom, scrambling to hide it whenever the leaders knocked. An associate one day exposed Dad's defiance and branded him a shunned man. He was later withdrawn from, which effectively meant removed from his family, never to see them again, sent to hell for allegedly having a record player and having parties when he was younger, as well as claims he had stolen from his cult-prepared job as a bookkeeper.
It was as if my dad was dead to me. He could no longer see me, and I could no longer see him.
And after 30 years of service, Dad was cast out and sent to a lonely bedside. And officially the cult had sent him to hell with no return.
I was 9 when Dad was taken, and I remember one Christmas Eve.
He had snuck home for a secret visit with my mum. He saw me, and he pulled his finger to his lips and he whispered, "Shh," vanishing into the night. But I didn't know. This was one of several secret visits. Mum planned to bring Dad home, even if it meant abandoning the cult entirely. But we were trapped in their system. Leaving meant we would end up in hell. And leaving meant that we were now on the same road Dad was already on, the highway to hell. Escaping the cult. It was midnight. Defying the elders, Dad risked his life, returning to the place that his heart still yearned for, which was the cult. But he did it for one final secret visit, vanishing into the shadows to invade the relentless watch of Flops, our next door neighbour. Mum held her breath, praying Nana wouldn't wake. The desperate, hushed moment had to be their final clandestine meeting before the dawn. Years of shattered vows and stolen innocence bonds us tighter than iron chains. Escape seemed foolish, an impossible dream. After months of agonizing forced separation, we made our choice. If the cult denied us our bond, we would flee into the night as a family. There was no turning back. We abandoned the only home we had ever known, the cult, marching straight into the suffocating nightmare they called hell. We were brainwashed, but we wanted our family back, despite the fear of where our destiny would appear to be. The suffocating terror of the unknown shattered, replaced by a fierce, blazing hope that actually, despite our destination, we had finally broken our chains.